The 7 seals of Solomon's wealth. The keeper returns with what was forbidden. You have returned, not by accident, not by chance, but because the first 3 seals have already begun their work within you. You have felt it, haven't you? That shift, that moment when you caught yourself about to refuse a gift and stopped. That instant when you noticed where your attention truly lives. That breath when you realized, I have been clenching. Good. You are ready. For what I am about to reveal now has been kept from you deliberately by those who benefit from your scarcity. These are the remaining 4 seals. The ones carved into Solomon's hidden temple. The ones the Templars died protecting. The ones that separate those who earn from those who magnetize. The 4th seal, the sacred no. Listen carefully. Your poverty, whether of money, time, or peace, has a single source. You have not learned to say no. No to the boss who steals your evenings. No to the friend who only calls when needing. No to the opportunity that glitters but doesn't align. No to the voice that whispers, who are you to want more? In the ancient mystery schools, initiates spent their first year learning only one practice. The sacred refusal. They were taught every yes to something is a no to something else. Say yes to mediocrity, you say no to mastery. Say yes to comfort, you say no to transformation. Say yes to everyone else's urgency, you say no to your own destiny. I once met a woman in Kyoto, a master calligrapher whose work sold for more than cars. I asked her secret. She showed me a wooden box, inside 1,000 business cards. These, she said, are people I said no to. Prestigious galleries, I asked. Yes. Wealthy collectors. Yes. Why? She dipped her brush in ink, held it suspended over rice paper. Because every distraction is a theft, and I guard my attention like a dragon guards gold. When I say no to what dims me, the universe says yes to what illuminates me. She made a single stroke. Perfect. Effortless. Worth waiting for. You see, the wealthy know something the desperate have forgotten. Scarcity says yes to everything, hoping something works. Abundance says no to almost everything, knowing exactly what will. Your no is the scalpel that cuts away the dead weight. Your no is the declaration, I know my worth. Your no is the boundary that teaches the universe what you will and will not accept. Here is your practice. For the next 7 days, say no to one thing daily that you would normally say yes to out of guilt, fear, or obligation. Watch what rushes in to fill that space. Watch who respects you more. Watch how your energy, your currency asterisk, returns to you. Because every no to the wrong thing is a yes to the right one. The 5th seal, the power of completion. Here is a truth that will disturb you. Every unfinished thing in your life is a lake in your abundance. The half-read books, the started but abandoned projects, the conversations you meant to finish, the debts, financial, relational, karmic, you've been avoiding. Each one is a thread, pulling your energy backward, draining the power you need to move forward. In the monasteries of Tibet, there is a practice called *dzogchen*, the Great Completion. Before a monk can advance to higher teachings, he must complete everything incomplete in his life. Everything. He must return borrowed items, even from decades ago. He must finish every conversation left hanging. He must resolve every conflict, pay every debt, honor every promise. Only then, when his past releases him, can his future claim him. I once knew a man who could not understand why money slipped through his fingers like water. He earned well, but saved nothing. I asked him, show me your home. Drawers half open. Books half read, stacked everywhere. Projects started, abandoned mid-creation. This, I told him, is why wealth will not stay with you. You have trained yourself in the art of incompletion, and the universe is a mirror. It gives you what you practice. He was offended, but desperate. So he began. Finished the books or gave them away. Completed the projects or released them without guilt. Had the difficult conversations he'd been avoiding. Paid the small debts that had festered for years. Within 90 days, I am not exaggerating, his income doubled. Not because he worked harder, but because his energy asterisk was no longer hemorrhaging into the past. The physics are simple. Incomplete things create open loops in your consciousness. Open loops consume processing power. That processing power is the same power you need to recognize opportunity, to take action, to create value. Close the loops. You free the power. And power, focused, undiluted, is what bends reality toward wealth. Here is what you must do. Make a list, right now, before this episode ends, of everything incomplete in your life. Not the big things only, the small things matter more. The email you've been meaning to send. The item you borrowed and never returned. The apology you owe. The course you started but didn't finish. Choose 3. Complete them this week. Then choose 3 more. And watch carefully what begins to complete itself in your favor. The universe rewards those who finish what they start. Because completion is integrity made visible. And integrity, as you now know, is the channel through which all wealth flows. The 6th seal, the paradox of detachment. Now we enter the most dangerous teaching. Dangerous because it will be misunderstood. Dangerous because the mind resists it. Dangerous because it is the seal that, once broken, cannot be resealed. Here it is. You must want wealth while needing nothing. The moment you need money, it runs from you. The moment you don't need it, it chases you. This is the paradox of detachment. And it has ruined more seekers than any other truth. Let me be clear, I am not teaching apathy. I am not teaching you to stop desiring. I am teaching you the difference between wanting and needing. One asterisk says, I would love this to happen, I will work toward it with joy, but I am whole whether it comes or not. Need says, I will only be okay when this happens, until then, I am broken. Need is the energy of lack. And lack repels abundance the way a magnet repels its opposite pole. In ancient India, there was a practice called *vairagya*, sacred detachment. The masters would teach, hold everything in your life like a bird in your palm, gently, with love, but with an open hand. If it flies away, you have lost nothing, it was never yours to own. If it stays, you have gained everything, it has chosen you freely. I once asked a master, how can I stop needing money when I have bills to pay, mouths to feed? He laughed, not unkindly, and said, you confuse needing money with needing control. You don't need money, you need food, shelter, warmth, connection. Money is one path to these things, but it is not the only path. The universe has 10,000 ways to provide. When you release your stranglehold on the how asterisk, the what asterisk arrives faster. I didn't believe him until I tested it. I was once in a situation where I needed a specific amount of money by a specific date. The need was real, the pressure crushing. I tried everything, worked harder, networked desperately, chased every lead. Nothing. Finally, exhausted, I surrendered. I said aloud, I release this. If it comes, beautiful. If it doesn't, I will find another way. I trust the timing that is wiser than mine. Within 2 days, from a source I hadn't even considered, the money arrived. Not because I gave up. but because I let go of the death grip. And in that space, the universe could finally move. This is not passivity. This is the most active thing you will ever do. Because detachment requires faith stronger than fear, trust deeper than control, worthiness independent of outcome. Here is your practice, and it will terrify you. Think of the one financial outcome you are currently desperate for. Got it. Now say this out loud with feeling. I release my need for this specific outcome. I trust that something equal or better is already on its way. I am not broken while I wait. I am whole now as I am. Say it until you feel the grip loosen. Say it until your breath deepens. Say it until a strange peace washes through you. That peace, that is the frequency of wealth. Not the anxiety, not the grasping, not the need. The peace. Abundance does not flow to those who chase it in panic. It flows to those who stand still in power, knowing they are worthy of it, whether it comes today or next year. Want everything, enjoy the wanting. Need nothing, trust the providing. This is the paradox. And it is the portal. The seventh seal, the covenant of consecration. We have arrived. The final seal. The one that changes everything. If you apply this, truly apply this, you will never see money the same way again. And you will never struggle with it again. Here it is. Consecrate your wealth to something greater than yourself. Not donate, though you may. Not give away, though you will. Consecrate, meaning dedicate it, sanctify it, make it holy by binding it to a purpose that transcends your personal comfort. The ancient kings knew this. Before they built their kingdoms, they built their temples. Before they counted their gold, they consecrated it to the gods, to the people, to the legacy. Not out of fear, out of understanding. They knew wealth without purpose curdles into greed. Wealth without direction dissipates into distraction. Wealth without consecration becomes a burden, not a blessing. I once met a man who made his first million by 30. By 35, he was miserable. He had everything he thought he wanted. And it meant nothing. I asked him, "What is your wealth for?" He stared at me, blank. For security, for freedom, for... No, I interrupted. Those are what it gives you. What does it give through you? Silence. He had never asked. So I gave him a practice, the oldest practice in the lineage of sacred wealth. Before you touch your money, before you spend it, invest it, save it, ask, who does this serve beyond me? If the answer is no one, don't do it yet. If the answer is clear, a child's education, a parent's health, a stranger's need, a vision larger than your lifetime, then do it with joy. Because money spent in service to something greater returns tenfold. Money hoarded for self alone disappears mysteriously. He tried it. Within a year, his wealth had tripled. Not through hustle, through alignment. Because when you consecrate your wealth, you activate the oldest law in the universe. What you make sacred, the sacred protects. Here is what this looks like in practice. Before you pay a bill, say, "This money serves my family's peace." Before you invest, ask, "Does this align with the world I want to build?" Before you earn, declare, "This income flows through me to bless those I'm called to serve." Before you save, know, "This abundance is my tool for future generosity." You are not a hoarder. You are not a consumer. You are a steward. A channel through which wealth flows to do the work it was always meant to do. And when you live this way, when every dollar, every decision, every transaction is an act of service, the universe floods you with resources. because you have proven you can be trusted with them. Silence long, sacred, 7 seconds. The awakening. Sound of sunrise, birds, distant bells, the world coming alive. You have now received all 7 seals. The unseen root. The empty hand. The alchemy of attention. The sacred no. The power of completion. The paradox of detachment. The covenant of consecration. These are not theories. They are technologies, tested across millennia, proven in the lives of the truly abundant. And now they are yours. But here is the final truth, the one I have waited until now to tell you. None of this works until you do. You can memorize these seals. You can nod in agreement. You can say, yes, this resonates. But if you do not practice asterisk, if you do not choose one seal and live it for 30 days, if you do not test these principles in the laboratory of your actual life, then you have received information, not transformation. And information without application is just entertainment. So I ask you now, which seal called to you most strongly? Which one made your heart beat faster, made you uncomfortable, made you think, this is what I've been missing? That one. Start there. Practice it for 30 days. Not perfectly, humanly. And watch what happens. Watch what shifts. Watch what flows toward you when you finally become the channel you were always meant to be. This is not goodbye, seeker. This is the beginning. There are deeper scrolls, darker truths, ancient practices that the 7 seals only prepare you to receive. But those are for the ones who don't just listen, but do. Subscribe to this channel, because the Keeper has only just begun to open the vaults. And what comes next will shatter everything you think you know about power, purpose, and the true currency of the awakened. Until then, may your hands stay empty. May your attention stay focused. May your wealth flow in service. This is the way. This has always been the way.